If you're a kid, don't watch this. Turn it off. Go outside and climb a tree or something. And if you are a tender-hearted, innocent, easily queasy person, I'd probably skip this too. But if you're a degenerate like the rest of us, let's get into this story. So, this OF girl named Lily from the UK got it in her mind that it'd be a great idea to make sweet, intimate love to 100 guys in a row. And I don't know, she thought everyone would celebrate and throw a ticker tape parade, but the collective internet went,
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that?
and you've seen a lot of internet, I've seen a lot of internet, and you see a headline like this and you're like, oh, that's pretty gross, but no big deal. But they actually made a documentary on this, and well, let's take a gander at this little clip.
Lily offered to show me the aftermath of their stunt.
Oh, it stinks.
What does it smell like?
Like brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Oh, holy
I guess it. You actually can. Is that real?
Yeah, he's not.
So that is really, really nasty. It's actually a very different experience watching it rather than just hearing it. But it's not all just gross and fun and games. It actually is pretty sad. I mean, sleeping with 100 guys, I think all of us know that it can't be good for you. But hey, Lily's a professional. She does this for a living, so it can't be bad for her, right? Well, let's get into this next clip.
It's not for the weak, girls, if I'm honest. It was hard.
But
I don't know if I'd recommend it.
why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like... It's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense of like, it's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it, like...
It's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out, like it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay. Just take
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah, take it.
Well, as you can see there, it was not a pleasant experience for Lily. I think going in, you can see the interviews of her looking excited, thinking that it's going to be this great, amazing thing. But if you look at the aftermath, this girl went through some pain. I mean, if you watch this video and you just turned off the sound, you would think to yourself, who did this to this poor girl? And well, she actually did it to herself. And so I think that begs the question, why? Why would she subject herself to something like this? And well, I feel like there's the usual culprits like clicks, there's money and fame, there is being competitive with your fellow OF person, but this is a pretty extreme act, and I don't think that those typical motivations really explains it. I think there's something else that is extreme that needs to explain this extreme act. So I do feel like in this next clip, she doesn't tell us exactly, but she gives us a huge clue as to what's going on.
I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic, like by I think like the 30th, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're gonna do this, and like it just, sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like, like it's not like normal sex at all. In my head right now, I can think of like 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember, and that's it. But it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? Like.
Well, it's not weird if you know what's going on. And she says the word dissociate. And well, what does dissociate mean? It basically is summed up in this meme.
If it's clear and yellow, you've got juice there, fella. If it's tangy and brown, you're in cider town. Now, there's 2 exceptions, and it gets kind of tricky here.
You can stay, but I'm leaving.
Candy yellow if they're using late season apples. And of course, in Canada, the whole thing's flip-flop. Oh, my.
I love that meme. I feel like it illustrates dissociation really well. And basically what dissociation is you are going through something so painful and so traumatic that your mind cannot allow you to feel that anymore. So it just leaves. It just goes. And the thing is, Lily knows this. It kind of leads me to believe that she's been to therapy to actually explore this. But let me tell you something about dissociation. Not everybody does it. It is a response, an extreme response to extreme trauma and pain. I mean, I've been through some stuff, but I don't dissociate, and I don't think that I know a person outside of clients that dissociates. So it is, I would say, not the normal response. But here we see Lily doing it. And it seems almost like if it's a reflex, like, oh, I'm doing that thing again, which leads me to believe that she dissociates a lot. And so what does that tell us about Lily? That tells us that Lily has been through it. She's been through a lot of pain and a lot of trauma. And I believe that that is what explains why she does what she does. She is actually reenacting her sexual trauma in these events like this. So she is re-traumatizing herself. We're watching her in this documentary in the aftermath of being traumatized. And so for me, that is really sad. And let me ask you guys, does that feel like a really sexy thing to you? Is that something that you want to watch? I hope you say no to that. And so I do feel like that does explain what is going on with Lily. Hey, look, this is just an educated guess. These are the clues in which I found and tried to put together the reasoning as to what happened and why she's doing what she's doing. But I do feel like that is what's happening. So if you look at it through that lens, this is not something to be celebrated. This is not a happy thing. This is a very sad and tragic thing. But you know what? I believe there's hope for Lily. I think if she works on this, if she stops this, and she addresses that trauma, and she can break this cycle and become a healthy person that doesn't need to do this. But I fear that doing these things over and over can set her back, and she's actually re-traumatizing herself and going in the opposite direction. Man, I feel bad for Lily, and I feel actually kind of gross watching these parts of the documentary. Hey, I didn't watch the actual documentary or the actual event itself. It just was on my algorithm as a reaction video. I just saw a reaction video of it. So those are my thoughts on Lily. But what do you think? If you have any disagreements or if you agree, let's talk about it in the comments down there. And if you got any value from this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.